Hi friends! So for our phonics today, we are working with base words and the endings ed and ing. So remember, if you have the base word like dance or hop or anything like that, that's the word without any endings on it. So the endings, when you add ed, it means it happened in the past. This is not happening anymore. And with ing, it's currently happening. Okay, so for example, like when we covered them last time, we used the word dance, the base word dance. If I had done it in the past, you would say Miss Davis danced. It's not happening anymore, but it's something that I did do. And then with the word, if I add ing, dancing, it's something that's happening right now. Miss Davis is dancing. Okay? So with this phonics focus, we are going to really work with the spelling and how to add these endings to these base words. Okay? So first we're going to talk about base words with a silent E. Okay? So for example, the word tape has that silent E, right? So it tells the A to be a long vowel sound, so we have tape, okay? With base words that have silent E, to add ing or ed, you first drop the silent E, so get rid of it, and then add the ending. So as you can see, we have tape and then taping with that ing replacing that E, okay? So we have fade, drop that E, fade it. Now I know it looks like you didn't drop it because of that ed, or because of the E being there with the ed, but think about it as just dropping that E and adding ed, okay? Because you don't want to get confused and just say you're adding a D when really you're adding ed, okay? So close would be closing, okay? So you drop that E, add ing. Chase, chased, same thing, drop that E, add ed. See, we don't have two E's here because we dropped that E and added that one. All right, so let's break some apart and see how we would sound them out. So we have ope, hope, drop that E, as you can see, add that ing, hoping, okay? And drop that E, hoped, okay? So silent E, you drop that E. So we have using, okay? So without that ending, you would have had an E there for use. Drop it, add ing for using, using. Okay, so remember we dropped the silent E before adding ings like we talked about. Okay, so then we had using and now we're going to have used, used. Remember we dropped that E to add ed. Okay, so same thing. Remember we dropped that silent E. All right, so you have sk, ate, id, skated, skated. Okay, because we have that silent E that made that a long vowel, so we dropped that E to add that ed, skated. We have mixed, mixing. Excuse me, I thought we were going to have ed. Mixing, mixing. Now notice this one did not have a silent E, so we didn't have to drop anything. We just added the ending ing, mixing. So it says, whoa, did you get fooled? This word doesn't end in silent E, so we don't have to drop anything. Okay, so then we have mixed, mixed, right? Mixed. Again, we didn't have to drop anything. We just added that ed on the end and tried again to fool you. Okay? Okay, so now we have p, it, ch. So think about our blends from our digraph. So p, ch, pitched, d, pitched, right? So I pitched the ball, pitched. Again, there was no silent E on the end of this word, so we didn't have to drop anything. We just added the ending. So try to fool you again. All right, so we have that ch, that digraph at the beginning. Ch, a, s, ing, chasing. Now this one did have that E on the end that we had to drop, right? Because chase has an E, because otherwise without an E it would be chaz, because it would be a short A, but it's not. Chase, drop that E, add ing, chasing. Okay? All right, this one, path, path. Just reviewing our TH there. All right, and then we have CH, A, S, E. So I think that other one might have been in there by mistake, but it's good review as well with that digraph. So chased, chased. So same thing, we dropped that silent E, added E, the ending of ED for it to have happened in the past. All right, so you have the digraph of SH, which is the sh. So sh, ing, shining. Again, this had that silent E, you had to drop and add ing, shining. And then you have st and ing, standing. Now this one did not have a silent E, so you did not have to drop anything, you just added that ing. Okay, so you have ant, id, planted. Same thing, this did not have a silent E, so you just added that ending to the end, planted. And then you have thinking, thinking. Say thinking. Did not have a silent E, so you just add the ing to the end. All right, catch, catch. Okay, so think about this. How would you add an ending to this? Would you have to drop anything? No, right? Because there's no silent E, so you just could add ed or ing, but that's a good review with tch. All right, ick. So you have that ck there. Picked. Picked. Like I got picked for the baseball game to play on the team. Picked. Okay, so again, did not end with that silent E, so you just had to add that ed and to the end. All right, so practice these words. Pause the video, practice reading these to someone, and tell your grown-up or whoever you're reading with if you had to drop an E or not to add the ending. For example, the first word is using, and you did have to drop an E from use. Okay, so practice those. And then when you're done practicing those, practice reading these sentences as well. Okay, I included a kind of fun rap song video about base endings. They call them suffixes, so just ignore that part. But about the base endings ed and ing, and how sometimes you have to double some letters when adding those. Okay, which we'll talk about as well in the future. But I just thought that it was a fun thing to kind of introduce now while we're working on dropping letters. Okay, so practice these skills and look out for them as we're reading. Have a great day, friends.